hi there. If you're getting ready to start an edit, you're going to want to make sure that you gathered up your supplies before you walk into that space. One of the favorite things that I read years and years ago was the idea that you need to start in a room or in a space from the left to the right, working on the smallest areas first. If you're working in, let's say, your living room, start with the very first thing when you walk in your living room to the left. And if it's a little drawer, do that. If it's the TV, do that. But starting left to right, work your way around the room or around the space, one area at a time. Today you might just do a drawer and be done. Tomorrow you might do one shelf of the closet and be done. The next day you might handle the armoire, but you're going to work your way around the room. So that's for the people who have a major edit to do. In other words, you've never been able to walk into a room and say all the like things are together. You know, when I first started editing a few years ago, I remember a moment where a very good friend of mine stood in front of my closet with me, and I said, I can't fit anything else in here. It's time for me to organize it. And she said, it's not about how much you can fit in there. It's kind of more about our like things together. And it was like an epiphany for me. That really opened up my eyes to a whole new world. I started thinking, it's not about how I can shove it. It's about if I can find it. Okay, now I get it. And I started to reevaluate my thinking and thinking about it in a new way. Now, once you have that kind of plan, if you are, really needing to do a big room, left to right, small items, one shelf, one area at a time, not the whole room. If you're just starting, you will quit, you will run away. Let's gather up the supplies that you're going to need. You're going to want to have some packaging tape, labels, and a Sharpie. Everything that you edit or that you organize, you're going to want to label it now as you leave it so that you know. And if you have these items on hand, you will be all set to go. Whatever kind of fun label, whatever kind of fun adhesive, I don't care. Whatever color Sharpie makes you happy, go with that. It's also a nice idea to have a notebook on hand. I use a notebook almost every time I do it. One, I might think of more projects that could happen within this project for another time. It helps keep me focused. The second thing, though, is if you're going to be donating some of those things and you want to be able to get that tax deduction, you could write down as you're putting those things in the donation bucket, write it on a slip of paper, slip it right into your taxes file for that year, and you have saved yourself a lot of steps later and a lot of money. And then a trash bag or a way to get the things that you are going to get rid of out of your house. Generally, it's a trash bag and some sort of bag for recycling or thrift store. So think about how are you going to get those things out of there. And plan ahead. If you're doing a space with big kid toys or big bulky stuff, get yourself some cardboard boxes and get that stuff right out of your house. Don't make it into a 4, 5, 10-step process. Just once you've decided to let it go, as soon as you can, get it all the way out of your house so that you don't change your mind. You won't regret it, I promise. Then the last thing, well, there's two more, but this next kind of thing, this is kind of my catch-all box. Once I've decided what gets to live in a space, then anything that I'm pulling out of there that doesn't belong in there anymore, instead of running around the house and putting it in its forever home and getting caught up in each area, I put everything that doesn't belong in there in one box or two boxes, whatever it is. Then I take, when I finish that whole area and I'm done, and then everything that I'm not getting rid of, which by the way, try for a lot. If you get rid of a lot, this job will be faster. Isn't that fabulous? But then you can take this box and walk around the house and put things in their next home. When you're first starting to declutter and put like things together, you're going to have a lot of spaces or a lot of objects that don't have a home, and that's okay. You're going to start somewhere. Don't worry about that. But you can just sort of identify where you think it might live, and you can always change it later, but just get it to the next closest spot. An example of that might be I might find 5 batteries in here. Well, I don't know where batteries are ultimately going to end up living, but I could go downstairs and stick them in the pile with the cords that just kind of spiral everywhere. That's just an idea. You can just get them to the next possible, most logical home and see if that helps you as you finish, so that you don't finish and then turn around and that space looks pretty, but then you have a mess. This is a wonderful tool. And then my kind of secret weapon to editing and claiming back any space is just something pretty or fun or something that gets you in a happy mood. For me, it's usually just a little bit of ribbon or chalkboard labels or something. Starbucks. I'm not above a bribe. I'm really not. But whatever it is for you, if it's a great song or a cup of tea or I don't know, but you can't go into this process that takes a lot of creativity and a lot of letting go and a lot of trying something new with a lot of stuck negative thinking. You have to let yourself be, find something positive, get excited about something. So if it's flowers or polka dotted ribbon, or you can watch the season finale of some show when you're done. I don't know what it is. Whatever lights you up. And whatever lights you up, whatever feels fun, get a little bit of that going before you walk into that space. It will go a long way, I promise. Okay, claim something back. Show me a picture of what you do. I want to see what you guys can do. I'll talk to you later. Bye.